Florida delegates and officials have made the trip to the RNC, with several of them slated to speak, including Governor Ron DeSantis. WUFT's Kirsten Maselka is live in Milwaukee attending the RNC. Kirsten, Florida leaders spoke to you about the assassination attempt on the former president and actions both sides can take to make sure something like this doesn't happen again.
I spoke with Congresswoman Kat Cammack and other Florida delegates about their opinions on the attempted assassination on former President Trump. And across the board, they all had very similar feelings that the media and elected officials should be cautious about the language that they use when talking about their political opponents. Florida lawmakers are calling for more civility in the political landscape following the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Some leaders in attendance at the Republican National Convention believe Saturday's incident in Butler, Pennsylvania was inspired by the rhetoric of politicians and the media.
The whole rhetoric just has to calm down a little bit because it's only going to trigger more and more people.
Florida Congresswoman Kat Cammack says she primarily blames the Biden campaign for using inflammatory rhetoric.
We also have to recognize that there has to be personal accountability for the things that have been said. For example, when President Biden says that he's putting a bullseye on President Trump, compares him to Hitler, that is incendiary rhetoric, and it is dangerous. He needs to take full account for that.
However, she says both Republicans and Democrats have contributed to these heightened political tensions.
The temperature absolutely needs to come down. I think that has become the new norm in politics, and it's dangerous. When you have each side continuing to up the rhetoric and the ante, it can only end in one place, and it's not great for anyone.
Florida State Senator Ileana Garcia says she hopes there will be more civility between both sides in the wake of this incident.
You constantly hear the rhetoric about democracy, but we don't see it in action. We hear it in play, in words, in propaganda, but definitely an unfortunate situation. Hopefully will remediate and help us become civil Americans once
Actions
again.
from Florida lawmakers and delegates will be following the party's reactions to Trump's VP announcement. We'll have the latest on that for you tomorrow. Live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Kirsten Maselka, WUFT News.
WUFT is at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee all week. We will have live coverage of the events and speakers leading up to the nomination of former President Trump as the official Republican nominee. Join us right here on First at 5 on WUFT.org on WUFT 89.1 and 90.1.